I'm joined by a Senate Democrat who is also on the Budget Committee, California Senator Alex Padilla. Senator, thank you for being back on the show. Good morning.
Thanks, Hallie. Good to see you again, and thanks for having me back.
Of course. So let's talk about these two paths. First, starting with this one that's more bipartisan. You got talks now hitting almost the 3-month mark. At what point do you believe President Biden should abandon talks with Republicans and focus more seriously on reconciliation?
Look, I think the clock has run. On the House side, Speaker Pelosi months ago said, you know what, by 4th of July, we should see significant progress. Well, that's coming up soon. I praise my Democratic colleagues who have tried the bipartisan effort. It's always worth trying. I know we're genuine in that outreach and that effort, but we can't afford to wait. 2022 is going to be here before we know it, whether it's on infrastructure, immigration reform, so many other things, climate change. We're going to be hitting that day when McConnell's going to say it's too close to the next election. We need to hear from the voters. We're not going to vote for anything. And frankly, Republicans haven't really been voting for anything of significance this year. Not for the American Rescue Plan, not enough to convict Donald Trump in the second impeachment trial, certainly not to set up a bipartisan independent commission to look into January 6th, and not enough to even have a debate on voting rights. We saw that yesterday.
So you're making some news here, Senator, that you feel like time is up on this bipartisan push forward. So let's talk about the other path here on reconciliation. Where is your committee in that process right now? When do you think this might be ready for a vote?
I think when we return from this 4th of July break and what we call the July work period, it's time to move a lot of substance forward to the floor of the Senate and start taking some action. And so, again, thanks to the foresight of Leader Schumer, we've been going down the two tracks simultaneously for some time now. Let the bipartisan negotiations continue. If we can reach an agreement here, then that's fine. But given the parliamentarians' ruling that we can do this via reconciliation, if we have to on a partisan basis, then let's do that. We know that we need to not just address some deferred maintenance around the country, but we've got to think bold and when it comes to investing in infrastructure, think more broadly, not just roads and bridges, not just transportation, but water infrastructure, the electrical grid, broadband deployment, expanding healthcare, education, address housing, and more, and really position ourselves to be economically competitive for the next generation and create all those great paying jobs in the process.
Speaking of reconciliation, I want to ask you about that as it relates specifically to voting rights, because there's this idea that's sort of floating out there that Democrats could put election spending, for example, in some kind of a party line reconciliation bill. That would, fall on your committee. Is that something that you are open to? Is that an option you would support?
Look, I think we can, and I think we should. If you recall, I served as a California Secretary of State for the prior 6 years before joining the Senate, and I can tell you our elections infrastructure, right, voting systems, et cetera, are classified by the federal government as critical infrastructure. So we have more than a nexus here to be part of that infrastructure conversation. Same, by the way, when it comes to immigration reform, to be able to advance a lot of updating of our immigration laws through the reconciliation process is not unprecedented, and we've already heard from the CBO that we have a net gain to the economy and therefore to the budget if we help more immigrants become citizens. So a lot of agendas to be contained here in reconciliation if we get this right.
There has been some concern from progressives that President Biden did not do enough to put the S1, the For the People Act, on top of his agenda, basically. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki responded to this, saying that those Democrats are picking a fight against the wrong opponent. But I put this to you. Is it fair to say that this was not the president's top legislative priority?
I don't think that's exactly fair to say. There's a lot of important priorities, and I know the president leaned into it. The vice president was very hands-on with it, not just in the Capitol yesterday, but even last week, receiving the group of Texas legislators that were here to discuss the voter suppression laws advancing at the state level in Texas. So they have been involved, and we're going to keep up the fight. Was yesterday disappointing? Of course. Was it shocking? Of course not. And in this fight over? Absolutely not.
President Biden, in a matter of a couple of hours here, is going to be unveiling this new plan to basically tackle the surging crime rates in this country. Speaking broadly and generally here, there's been some reporting out from Axios and elsewhere that there are some Democrats who privately see surging crime rates nationally as the biggest threat in the midterms, given that this has been a unifying force for Republicans. Politically, Is that how you see this issue? Are you concerned about that becoming a flashpoint come 2022?
Look, I think we go back to the old adage that all politics is local. And if people are concerned about public safety in their communities, then both office holders and candidates are certainly going to need to respond to that. But I think decades in the making has been this conversation about not just being tough on crime, but being smart on crime. And you've seen the movement at the federal level, the state level, and at the local level to invest more in communities and education opportunities, recreation opportunities for kids, job opportunities for adults. When we address the human infrastructure part of what Biden has called for, we also get the public safety benefits of it.
California Senator Alex Padilla, great to have you back on the show. Thank you very much for being with us this morning. We appreciate it. And we are turning now to